For Sunday's game, we'll be ruling out Tony Brown, Matt Ryan, Grant Stewart, and Jonathan Taylor. Good week of practice. Looking forward to going up against a good football team, obviously well-coached team. Can't wait to see us play on Sunday.
Will JT travel with the team?
We'll talk to the trainers. We'll probably not. We'll talk to the trainers. Sometimes certain injuries, they can get a little bit better rehab here, but that's case by case. So I'll have that discussion with the guys this afternoon.
Frank, I know obviously you're in the middle of the season, so it's not like you can get a lot of rest. Does JT maybe need to sit, or have you guys discussed that? This is a re-aggravation now.
Yeah, we've discussed it, and really this is kind of taking care of itself, to kind of give him the rest that he needs. Thought we had a chance that it might progress a little bit better than it did this week, but it didn't, so we got to be smart, and we got to do what's right for the player, do what's right for the team. Excited for the opportunity the increased opportunity that Deion will have. The last opportunity he had like this, right, where he was the guy, he looked good. So looking forward to that for Deion.
Would you probably bring Philip Lindsay up from the practice squad?
Yeah, we'll look at the elevations chat, but yes, that would be a likely move, and we'll look to see if there's any others that we need to make.
Can Zach Moss play a role already?
We're still evaluating that. We're trying to ramp him up as fast as we can. If we feel like he can be ready, then he'll be up. If we feel like he can't, then we might have to consider moving up Jordan Wilkins.
Shaq's still on a pitch count?
Shaq will be on a pitch count.
Same as last week?
Same as last week.
What about Quiddy? Did Quiddy make enough progress this week?
Yeah, Quiddy will be ready to go.
Pitch counting, you'll kind of limit?
Yeah, we'll just monitor it as we go, but, he's had a pretty good week.
We saw Dennis Kelly out there. Has he made progress enough to where?
Yeah, he didn't practice today. He's going to be a game time decision. He's going to be a game time decision.
One other thing with Sam, generally, what do you expect in game two? Where do you see that improvement or difference in the second start?
Just a little bit, especially because game one was a good game for Sam. I don't know if he can be any more confident than he was in game one, but just a little bit more confidence and, seeing a couple things that as good as he played last week. Hey, I could have done that. I could have done this. You learn from those things. So, putting the ball in certain windows or other plays that we have that he can he's now got some under his belt in a game. It is a different speed out there, as we all say all the time. And so, getting that game in with the speed, I just think it continues to kind of improve his decision making.
It's tough. Every place is tough to play. They say Foxborough, but when you're going against Belichick, he does tend to mess with young quarterbacks. Do you prepare for that or not?
Yeah, he knows that. Belichick obviously has a great track record against young quarterbacks. We're not ready to go in there and wave the white flag. So we're excited about the opportunity, and we know Belichick's the best ever, especially going up against young quarterbacks. It's a team effort, right? So they play very well defensively. They have a good scheme. They're very game week oriented. They're gonna have a certain way that they're gonna do things, and we got to be. We're going with the plan, but always against a Belichick team, you got to be ready to adapt as you go in game.
Frank, you're a couple more. It seemed like with Naheem, you almost had plays specifically for him, or he was such a unique piece. Do those just go out of the playbook now, or how do you replicate them?
Actually, they don't. We think, and this is one of the reasons, even though it was really hard to trade Naheem, we have a couple other guys we think can run those plays. So, and they look good doing them. So I'm not going to get into all who that is, but we won't. We'll still be able to run the full complement of plays.
One of the most competitive guys on your team is Pitt, and then the last two games late, he's made some mistakes, some pretty uncharacteristic mistakes. He was pretty hot on Sunday. Did you talk to him this week? How do you talk to one of your best players that screwed up at the end of the game?
I did talk to Pitt this week. Really just about him being a leader, and love Pitt. I love when he gets fiery like that and upset, and I don't mind that, right? Because he does it the right way. It's with respect, and he came in, we just kind of talked things through.
Just you two?
Yeah, just the two of us. And, he's been our go-to guy. He's going to be our go-to guy. If you're not, in a long course of a season, and then you go through some ups and downs that we've gone through, if you don't get hot and heated at some point, then probably something's wrong. So I'm excited about his leadership. There was a mistake or two in the last game, but we've all had those this season. So no one play loses a game or anything like that. There's a lot of plays in there.
Frank, EJ Speed, did he practice today, and what's his status?
He was, what was the official listing?
We're still, I think he was DP, but
Yeah.
I'll double check.
So, he didn't take any of the full speed stuff. I think he was getting some of the walkthrough stuff that we did early. At least that's what the discussion was early on. So, we'll see how he does in the next 24 hours.